This is my starting 11 for the game against Arsenal on Sunday. In between the sticks, we have the infamous Andre Onana, and it's been a really tough past 2 seasons for him. The whole summer, Manchester United have been linked with moves for keepers, one being a younger keeper, Lamens from Royal Antwerp, and the other being Gigi Donnarumma from PSG. In the past few days, it has been said that Manchester United don't see a new goalkeeper as a priority. It has also been said that Manchester United highly rate two of the young goalkeepers they currently have on loan. So it seems that Andre Onana will be the number one goalkeeper this season. Me personally, like many other Manchester United fans, I would prefer a new goalkeeper in goal. One that's better at shot stopping and provides the back line with a little bit more confidence. But if Andre Onana is going to be here, we have to find a way to utilize his strengths. At Inter, Andre Onana was probably the best ball playing goalkeeper in the world, especially that display that we saw in the Champions League final against Man City, where he was breaking lines with passes and they couldn't press him. Even Pep Guardiola said that they did not want to press him because that's how good he was at finding space and breaking lines. At United, we simply have not seen the same ball playing ability. Our buildup is one of the weakest aspects of the team, and it's hard for us to progress the ball up the pitch to our attackers. This season, we have to find a way to build the ball up the pitch better and beat the press. A big reason I feel we will be able to do that a lot better this season is the signing of Benjamin Sesko. Benjamin Sesko is a 6'5" striker who is very good aerially. This season, I think we're going to see a lot of direct balls from Andre Onana to Benjamin Sesko, and he will knock down second balls for our other attackers to win, which will help us progress the play up the pitch. Especially against Arsenal, they are going to press us. So we're going to have to find a way to beat the press. And in our 3-4-3 system, I believe Ruben Amorim wants to bypass the midfield. So those long balls are going to be a key to us creating and sustaining attacks. Onana's missed the preseason with a hamstring injury. So it's going to be interesting to see how fit he is, if he's able to be agile and make the saves that he needs to. I'm hoping this season he can get back to his best and cut out the mistakes and just be solid. I think that's the best we can hope for as a fan base. Moving to our back line, I'm going to start with Lenny Yoro, the Rolls Royce. I think right now he's our best center back. You can just see the development. I think game by game, he just continues to get better. I think a main part of his game that goes underrated is his ability to drive forward. Like, even in the preseason, I saw him linking up with Mbumo in the box, and I was just like, wow, what a player we have on our hands. It's going to be so excited to see him grow because he's still only 19. The potential is his ceiling is just so high. Um, I started with him because he's a big factor this game. He is our best ball playing center back, especially because Lisandro Martinez right now isn't fit. So he often is the first person who gets the ball from Onana. And from there we try to build up. We play balls to Ahmad, and Ahmad tries to find in between the line passes to Mbomo. But I'm very excited to keep watching the growth of Lenny Yoro. This is his second Premier League season, and he's only going to get better and better. Moving on to center back, we have slab head Harry Maguire. He is a big key to this game. At center back, he wins a lot of aerial balls. And I think Arsenal are going to use Victor Gyökeres, and they're going to pin him on Harry Maguire and try to play through him, play direct to him through the air, not only through the air, to his feet as well. So Harry Maguire is big this game. He's going to have to step up, win those duels, and keep Victor Gyökeres quiet, man. We cannot have Victor Gyökeres scoring at Old Trafford match day one. It's going to be, we can't have that. We cannot have that. So we need a big performance from him. At left center back, I went with Luke Shaw. This one was a little bit of a 50-50 because Aiden Heaven can also play here on the left. But I just think Amorim will lead more to Luke Shaw's experience, especially in a big game against Arsenal at home. I think he's just going to want more of an experienced player there. It's a big season for Luke Shaw. He's made some big comments in preseason saying that he expects a challenge for the Premier League and that there are no more stragglers in this United team. So I think now he has to back up his talk. When he is fit, he is a great player. There's no doubt about that. It's just how long can he stay fit for? I just remember his performance in the Europa League final, and it was just terrible. I was just done with Luke Shaw. But we have to hope that Luke Shaw can get back to his best if he's going to be here, because it's clear he's not leaving. I think he still has 2 years left on his contract. So he's going to be here for the foreseeable future. And if he's going to be here, we have to get him to play a role in this team. Me personally, I would play Aiden Heaven. I don't have much faith in Luke Shaw. I don't want to see Luke Shaw starting, but you got to trust the manager, right? You got to trust what he sees. Personally, I can't wait till Martinez is fit. I think he is one of our most important players because his ball playing ability on the left, he is our best ball playing center back. I said Lenny Yoro is currently because Licha isn't fit, but we definitely need him back so we can have two ball playing center backs on the side, on the right and the left. It's key in this 3-4-3 system that both center backs can step up and play passes because Amorim loves to bypass the midfield. Now let's move to what I think is the Achilles heel of our team, which is the center midfield. For years, I think we just haven't had the right balance. We've had players that just don't fit each other. And I think that's the biggest problem of our team right now is just our midfield. We have a bunch of midfielders who just don't fit each other. Like for this starting 11, I've tried to create a pairing which would make me the most confident, which is Ugarte and Fernandez. I picked that because let's just start with who's on the bench. I just don't think Casemiro can play in games like these anymore. His legs are just completely gone. In preseason, he was just making helicopter tackles. I've just never seen some of the stuff that this guy was doing, and I wouldn't play him in a game like this. Me, I would definitely play Kobe Mainu. I think he has to start in his team, but I just couldn't find a position for him because Kobe Mainu and Bruno Fernandes midfield does not work, especially against big teams like Arsenal. This is why I went with Manuel Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes in midfield. I think Manuel Ugarte gives you a little bit of legs, a little bit of ball winning that you need, especially against a midfield of Zubamendi, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard. And Bruno Fernandes is going to have to drop deep, take care of the ball. He's going to also have to be defensively disciplined because a lot of times we see Bruno press like a headless chicken. You can't do that against teams like Arsenal, especially when they have three in the midfield and we only have two. So it's going to be the midfield is going to decide the game. And that doesn't fill me with much confidence because they have just a much more balanced midfield than us, which is why it's key that we go sign a midfielder before the end of this window. But Liba, please, we have to break the bank. I don't know where we're going to get the money from. Sir Jim, put it on a credit card. Something needs to happen because we cannot have this pivot this whole season. This is not going to go good. Imagine a Baliba and Kobe Mainu pivot for the next 10 years. It's just a dream. So we just have to find a way to do it. Like sell the women's team for all I care. We just have to find a way to do it, and we'll see if we can make that happen before the transfer window closes. Now let's move on to the wingbacks. Last season, especially in big games, you saw us take more of a defensive approach at right wingback, where we would often play Diogo Dalot or Nusar Mazraoui. But I think this season, especially since we finished 15th, Ruben Amorim has to just go all out and show what he wants to do. We cannot afford to have 5 defenders. It just can't work at Manchester United. We have to play attacking wingbacks, which is why I believe most of the season we will see Ahmad and Dorgu line up at wingback. Patrick Dorgu had a great preseason where he was doing a little bit of everything. He was defensively solid. He was going forward. Bruno was finding him with a lot of through balls and behind. He was even scoring goals. So we need that going forward this season. We need him to be more of an attacking threat. One of his weaknesses that I do see a lot is that the ball gets switched to him and he's in 1v1 opportunities and he always comes inside on his right and it just leads to nothing. I think he's going to have to learn how to be more direct and go down the line using his left foot, especially now that we have Sesko. He can just go down the line and put balls in aerially on the ground. And we have finishers now. We have Mbomo at the back post. We have Sesko running in the 6-yard line. There are opportunities there for him to get a lot more assists this season. For Amad Diallo, it's just, I'm excited to see him and Mbumo link up. I just think ballers just relate with ballers. And I think as the season continues to go on, they're just going to find a link. We're going to start seeing 1-2s. We're going to start seeing flicks. I'm super excited about their link up this season. I think this is a big season for Ahmad. It seems that that right wing back spot is officially his. He finally has a solid place in the team. Last season, he was getting switched in between that right 10 and that right wing back, and he didn't really have a solidified spot, especially because in the bigger games we were going with Diogo Dalot there. So he didn't really have that spot locked in, but now it seems that that's officially his spot. So let's see what this season has in store for Amad Diallo. Now let's go to the two tens, our two new signings, the two bad boys, the two Premier League proven players that we're so excited about. And I'll start with Mateus Cunha. I believe this signing is just going to be a key one. I just believe his mindset, the way he carries the ball, the way he can just shrug off defenders, the way he can even just create and score goals, just in general. I just think he's a brilliant player, and I'm so excited to see him play for my club. Let me show you guys. I got the kit on right now, the new third kit. Don't ask. I'm trying to show you guys if I can show the cool. Let me see angles. But yeah, don't ask how I got this. It just came out like 2 days ago. Yeah, I got it from the Man United Superstore. This is keep it there. In the right 10, we have Bryan Mbeumo, and I'm just excited about him as I am with Cunha. I just think he's a great player. He gives us a new element. In preseason, his first touch is just amazing. The way he just receives the ball under pressure, like he could have a center back on his back, and it just seems like no one's there at all. He can still find passes. I forget against which team it was, but we fizzed the ball into his feet, and he had a center back on his back, and he took one touch, and then the next touch was just a pass in between the lines to Bruno Fernandes. And there, I think that's where Ahmad made that run in behind. And that goes to the link I was saying earlier. It's just ballers relate with ballers. And that little triangle right there is very class. And I just can't wait to see how this attack develops. I'm going to go on to our last player here, which is Benjamin Sesko, our new striker from RB Leipzig. And I hope that he's the final piece of the puzzle. They've been looking for a striker for years. And if he doesn't work, I don't know what will, because he has every trait for a world-class striker. He's pacey, he's tall, he's decent on the ball, he's good aerially, he can strike a ball from anywhere pretty much. His long-range striking is insane. So he has all the traits of a world-class striker, and I think now is the perfect time to go get that striker, because for the first time at United, we actually have some other attackers who are proven. In the previous years, we've had people like Alejandro Garnacho. We've had signings like Anthony, who were unproven in the Premier League. We've had Jadon Sancho, who didn't reach his heights at Manchester United. And now we actually have some Premier League proven players along with Bruno Fernandes. So I think there will be a lot of chances created for him. And there's also less pressure on him because we have goals and assists in other areas. So it's not just him. So I'm excited to see what he does this season. For the game against Arsenal, it's going to be interesting to see how our front three attacks their back line. We already know Arsenal have some world-class center backs in Saliba and Gabriel. But I think having a striker as a focal point, I think Benjamin Sesko can create damage if he can win some of those aerial balls against them and get the ball down to Cunha and Mbeumo for us to attack. I think we'll be okay. So do I think we have enough to go against Arsenal? I truly do. I truly do. I think that even in our worst, I remember last season we were terrible towards the end of the season. We played Arsenal at Old Trafford. I believe we drew 2-2. But that game we had clear-cut chances. We probably should have won the game that day. And that was probably during our worst phases in our club history. We still had a chance to beat them. So I think going against anybody, I think, especially at Old Trafford, it's going to be hard to beat us. So we have a chance on our worst day against any of the big six, I think, in any big game. It's just all about how we approach the game. I think if we try to high press Arsenal and try to go toe-to-toe with them, we don't stand a chance because we're just not there yet. We're nowhere near there yet to be going toe-to-toe, especially with the big six teams. We just don't have enough yet, in my opinion. But if we sit back and we absorb a little bit of pressure and we can defend well for the first, let's say, maybe 20 minutes, I think they'll get a little bit more frustrated and we'll have chances in behind to hit them in transition. And I think our front three especially is going to be very good in transition. Cunha and Mbeumo and Sesko, they're all pacey. Cunha, especially with his ball carrying and his passing, he can find people in behind. Bruno. We already know what Bruno is in transition. That's the best part of his game. And then we have Ahmad and Dorgu running up the wings. I just think we're going to be a great transition team this season. It's going to be exciting to see that. Um, Altogether, I think we will win. I fancy us winning this game. I'm gonna say we'll win 2-1. I'm gonna say Sesko and Bruno will score. For Arsenal, man, who cares who scores? Who cares who scores? Nah, I'm just joking. I think I rate Saka to get a goal. He loves an Old Trafford goal, so I'll go with that. One thing I need is that AFTV session after the game. I need them guys outside of Old Trafford holding ears again. I need that. It's going to be dark if we lose. It's only one game, so if we lose, it's not the end of the world. But there's a lot of pressure on Ruben Amorim, man. We have a tough start to this season. I believe we play City and Chelsea before match day 5, which is unheard of. So we have to start getting some points on the board as fast. And a win here could really relieve some of the pressure that we have, especially as a team. I just think we need to start this season well. That's been a problem for United for the last few years. We just start seasons terribly, and it kills all the optimism. I think, especially this season, it seems like a new start, a new era. So we need to get points on the board pretty fast. So let's see what happens. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.